President Trump breaking big news in his interview with me will be in our second block this evening. But first, the final part of our interview with Mr. Trump. This time around, we focused on the personal. What is the most surprising thing for you about this job you have? You come from the private sector, no political office. Now you're the President of the United States. What surprised you?
I think the size, the magnitude of everything. So I was a very big real estate person. I'd build a building for $500 million or $900 million. And here you look at an airplane contract where you can save $600 million on 90 planes. I saved more than $600 million. I got involved in negotiation on a fighter jet, the F-35. And by the way, Lockheed Martin, a great company. But they weren't bringing their price up. I got involved. I saved more than $600 million. I was very proud of that. But the magnitude of, you can do that at every level of government. My new thing is going to be pharma, because we pay too much. We're the largest drug purchaser in the world, and they don't negotiate.
How many hours a day are you working?
I'm working long hours, right up till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning.
What time do you get up?
5 o'clock.
All right. And you're working after you have breakfast and stuff?
I read the papers. I see what's going on television. Right. I take a look. I see the lies, the lies of, that's right. Another thing. I always got sort of good press. I was a business guy. I got good press. I did good.
I know.
I have never, I call it, fake news. Some of the networks and some of the papers, it's so the level of dishonesty, where they'll take a story that should be good. I know good from bad. Sure. They'll take something that should be a good story. In fact, sometimes I'll say, oh, this is going to be nice to read. I'll say, whoa. And they will purposely totally change it away. It's fake news.
Why are they doing that?
Well, because I'm on the other side of the equation. I don't think they did it to Reagan, but not as much.
Why, though? I don't understand.
I just think that it's just the other side of the coin. It's a, they call themselves progressive, which is a beautiful word, but it's not true.
Do you think they don't like you?
I don't know. I think they don't like I don't think they like anybody on our side.
I know you a long time, and I know that, when people attack you personally, that bothers you. So they're saying that you're anti-Muslim. They're saying that you're anti-black. They're saying that you're anti-poor. Do you respond? Because you do come back.
I always respond.
But does it hurt your feelings that they are making you into a hater?
No, because they always do it. The first thing they do with the Republicans or conservatives is the racist card. They pull out the racist card. They always do that, not just me. They do it with everybody. And I see that, and once you know that, you feel a lot better about it.
Is there any validity to the criticism of you that you say things you can't back up factually? And as the president, you could do that as a candidate or a businessman. But if you say, for example, that there are 3 million illegal aliens who voted, and then you don't have the data to back it up, some people are going to say that's irresponsible for a president to say that. Is there any validity to that?
Many people have come out and said I'm right.
I know, but you got to have data to back it up.
Let me just tell you, and it doesn't have to do with the vote, although that's the end result. It has to do with the registration. And when you look at the registration and you see dead people that have voted, that are on, many dead people are on that have voted. When you see people that are registered in 2 states that voted in 2 states, when you see other things, when you see illegals, people that are not citizens and they're on the registration rolls. See, what they do is they load up the registration rolls. There's a lot of bad things happening. Look, Bill, we can be babies, but you take a look at the registration. You have illegals, you have dead people, you have this. It's really a bad situation. It's really bad. And
so you think you're going to be proven correct in that statement?
Well, I think I already have. A lot of people have come out and said that I am correct.
But the data has to show that 3 million illegals voted.
We have a lot of different, you go to the voting booths and you see what's going on, but forget that. Forget all of that. Just take a look at the registration, and we're going to do it. And I'm going to set up a commission to be headed by Vice President Mike Pence, and we're going to look at it very, very carefully.
Well, that's good. Let's get to the bottom of this. Do you ever think you're going to convince the media, the American media, to give, and I know that you don't feel you're getting a fair shot, okay? So that's
You don't either.
In many cases,
Because I watch and you say,
in many
I've never
cases,
seen anything
you're
so
not getting a fair shot because, as you said, ideology drives the news coverage, and it shouldn't. News coverage should be news coverage, not ideological. What I do, I'm an analyst. I can do whatever I want, and I've criticized you, and you know it, and you've come right back at me, and that's good. That's a good thing. But there are entities in this country that despise you and your administration. Do you think you can ever convince them to take it down a bit?
Yes, I do. I think so. I think success will do that. I think jobs will do that. I think companies coming back into our country will do that. Yeah, I think I can. Not all the way. I'll never get it all the way back. Hey, look, I was named, it used to be Man of the Year, now it's Person of the Year by Time Magazine. But even on the cover, when they talked about divided nation. I don't think it's fair. Maybe other people do think it's fair, but I think I can bring it back. Yeah, I think success, jobs, lots of other things can bring it back.
All right, last question. You get 4 hours of sleep or some crazy thing like that. When your head hits the pillow, do you ever say to yourself, I can't believe I'm here. I cannot believe that I am the President of the United States. When I wasn't a politician, I didn't start out this way. That wasn't my life goal. Does that ever come into your mind?
Well, I must tell you, the other day I walked into the main entrance of the White House, and I said to myself, this is sort of amazing. Then I walked into the Oval Office, and I've had the head of Ford and General Motors and all of these people now as they come to see me because I want to hear from them, and they walk into the Oval Office and they have beautiful offices and they feel the same way. Or you walk into Air Force One. It's like a surreal experience in a certain way, but you have to get over it because there's so much work to be done, whether it's jobs or other nations that truly hate us, truly hate us, and are looking to do damage. You have to get over it.
Mr. President, thanks very much for taking the time.